Something happened to you recently that has never occurred in the history of souls like yours. A force ancient, calculated, and precise was aimed directly at your spirit with one singular intention: to shatter you completely. It was not an accident. It was not bad luck. It was a coordinated attempt to eliminate you before you remembered who you truly are. And here is what no one expected. It didn't work, not even close. Instead of breaking, you became something they never prepared for. You became unbreakable. The plan to destroy you just backfired catastrophically. In 10,000 years of spiritual history, no force, dark or divine, has ever witnessed a soul absorb this level of targeted pressure and emerge not just intact, but upgraded. Ancient records, written in frequencies beyond human language, have documented every major spiritual war, every battle, every soul that crumbled. But what happened to you has no precedent. The cosmos paused. Dimensions that never communicate open channels to witness this moment. What was designed as your ending became something the universe had never cataloged before. A complete and total reversal of spiritual destruction into sovereign power. 3 weeks ago, you stood at a crossroads. No one was watching, or so you thought. You had every reason to compromise. Every logical argument pointed toward taking the easier path, the dishonest shortcut, the silent betrayal of your own values. The pressure was immense. The reward for giving in was visible and immediate. But something inside you, older than your memories, deeper than your conditioning, refused. You chose integrity when it cost you something real. That single decision, made in private, in pain, in uncertainty, became the exact moment the entire spiritual equation shifted permanently in your favor. What you did not know in that moment is that you were never alone. There are watchers, not human, not fully describable in language, whose singular purpose is to observe souls at their most vulnerable decision points. Both sides had eyes on you. Dark architects who had invested centuries into building the circumstances that would finally make you fall. And luminous sentinels who had waited, quietly, for you to either confirm or shatter their belief in you. When you chose integrity, the dark watchers went silent. The luminous ones began moving. You have been under divine surveillance far longer. And you realize that moment was not isolated. Think back further. The betrayal you survived without becoming bitter, that was a test. The humiliation you absorbed without retaliating, another test. The moment someone took credit for your work and you stayed silent with grace, recorded. The night you were so exhausted, so defeated, that giving up felt like the only rational choice, and yet you woke up and kept going, documented. Each trial was specifically engineered to locate the exact breaking point of your character. Every single time you passed, not perfectly, not without pain, but you passed. And that pattern became your signature. There is a classification system beyond human spiritual understanding that categorizes souls not by religion, not by achievement, not by suffering endured, but by behavioral patterns under maximum pressure. Most souls are categorized as malleable, shapeable by circumstance. A smaller group is categorized as resilient. They recover. But there exists a third classification, extraordinarily rare, that higher intelligences label as sovereign core. These are souls whose integrity does not bend regardless of external architecture. You have just been reclassified. You are now recognized across dimensions not as a struggling human, but as a rare, sovereign core entity that represents a genuine threat to systems built on human collapse. At the moment of your reclassification, something unprecedented occurred in realms that operate beyond time. The archangels, beings whose attention spans galaxies and epochs, turned their focus to a single point, you, not with pity, not with sympathy, with recognition. Michael, the warrior, acknowledged your battlefield. Gabriel, the messenger, prepared new instructions for your next chapter. And the ancient witnesses, those who have observed every soul's journey since the first breath of creation, opened a sacred record and entered your name, not as a student, not as a candidate, as a confirmed. God did not look away. God leaned in. What you did was witnessed at the highest level of existence. Then came the decree, not spoken in any human language, not written in any earthly scripture, but issued across every frequency of reality simultaneously. It declared that the soul who chose integrity under maximum pressure, who passed every test without being told it was a test, who endured surveillance from both darkness and light and remained sovereign, that soul would now have the full support of universal law. Every door that was supernaturally closed begins to open. Every resource that was divinely held back begins to flow. The decree is not a reward. It is an activation. Your true operating system has just been switched on for the first time. You are not who you were told you are. The identity handed to you by your environment, your failures, your fears, that was a costume placed on something ancient and enormous. Beneath the human story you have been living is a celestial warrior who volunteered for this specific era, this specific set of trials, knowing the difficulty in advance. You are an old soul, not metaphorically, but literally, one who has carried the frequency of integrity across multiple existences and chose to carry it again here, now in the most chaotic and critical period in human history. Your true name is not your birth name. It is written in light. Your mission is now active. It was never about fame, wealth, or conventional success, though those things will come. Your assignment is to be an anchor. In every room you enter, you carry a frequency that stabilizes chaos. In every relationship you hold, you model what it looks like to remain whole under pressure. You are not here to save people. You are here to remind them, by simply existing authentically, that integrity is still possible, that wholeness is still achievable, that the human spirit, when it refuses to be broken, becomes something so powerful it changes the energetic structure of every space it occupies. Because the decree has been activated, the material world must now reorganize around your frequency. Opportunities that seemed permanently closed will reopen, not through luck, but through alignment. Financial channels that were blocked will clear. People carrying the right resources, connections, and knowledge will begin appearing in your physical reality with unusual precision. This is not magic. This is physics, spiritual physics. When your internal frequency shifts to sovereign core, the external world recalibrates to match it. What others will call your sudden good luck is actually the universe honoring a contract. That was written long before you were born into this body. But your awakening does not stop with you. It cannot. Sovereign core souls carry a frequency that is inherently transmissible, not through words, not through teaching, but through proximity and presence. The people around you will begin waking up without knowing why. They will start making braver choices. They will begin questioning systems that once controlled them completely. Your coworker who suddenly finds courage. Your friend who finally leaves what was destroying them. Your family member who, without explanation, begins choosing themselves. You will not take credit. You will not fully understand it. But you are the epicenter of a spiritual awakening that radiates outward in every direction from your life. You are not alone in this activation. Across the planet right now, in cities you will never visit, in languages you do not speak, in cultures that appear completely different from yours, thousands of sovereign core souls are receiving the same decree simultaneously. You are part of a global network of awakened warriors who have each been tested, each passed, and each been activated in this same extraordinary window of time. You do not need to find them. The network operates on frequency, not geography. When? The moment requires it. The right souls will find each other with a precision that will feel like miracle, but is actually design. If this reached you, it was not accidental. Algorithms do not explain why certain messages find certain people at the exact moment they are needed. You were guided here because your activation required a final confirmation. A mirror that could show you what the universe already knows about you. So here is your call. If this is your truth, comment 777 below. It is a frequency marker that signals your acknowledgement to the network. Share this with one person who is being broken right now and needs to know their breaking is actually a becoming. Subscribe, because what comes next in your journey will require preparation. And stay, because the most important part of your story has not yet been told.